Hello and welcome to r/TalesFromRetail. You're going to get a few Reddit stories from retail workers. So without further ado, let's get into it. This first post is from Lily Crossing and says, customer loses it over 6 gallons of milk. Edit, I am aware I misspelt loses. I can't change the title. Oh well. I work at a gas station, and a bit of context is that every once in a while the company will reduce the price on a certain popular item for a limited time. However, more often than not, there is always a limit to how much a person can buy so other customers can get the reduced priced food. Usually we have an abundance on things that go on sale, like bread and bacon, and most of us don't enforce the limit. However, around the holidays last year, the gallons of milk went on sale and there was a limit of 4 per person. Our store is small and we don't have that much milk backstock that we can keep in the cooler and display. So this time around, everyone made sure that if it ever came up, to enforce the limit, because milk is really popular already. Usually, people who were buying the gallons of milk never buy more than 4 until this guy came in. He was by himself and it was almost time for me to clock out. I had like an hour left of my shift. I don't watch or pay much mind to the customers who come in until they're ready to check out, so I didn't realise that he was holding 6 gallons of milk when he came up. At first I was impressed by how he managed to carry all 6 gallons up to the front before I realised I had to enforce the limit. Hi, I'm sorry, but the limit for the gallon of milk right now is 4. What? Why? It's because they're on sale right now, and since they're on sale for a limited time, there's a limit so everyone can get some. Every time I've come in, I've had no problem with getting 6. I'm leaving with 6. At this point, I'm getting stressed and I try showing him the signs around the store saying limit of 4, and that if he had somebody else come in for the other 2 gallons, it would be allowed, etc. But he's at this point raising his voice and getting very aggressive. Finally, he shouts at me for a manager and I call the lead who's working that night, and to my disappointment and horror, he let him get away with buying all 6. Oh no! I can get it, he wants him gone, but I felt so stupid and the guy let me know how stupid I was. Unsatisfying ending, but that lead doesn't work at the gas station anymore and I've never seen 6 gallon milk guy again. Thankfully, he took his business elsewhere. Oh man, it was a funny story until that final sentence. Oh god, that just hit me. I've worked retail before and I have had manager enforce rules that when you enforce it, you get an unhappy customer. The manager comes over and then they make you look like an idiot that you weren't doing your job. Like, I was doing what you told me to do. I was doing what the manager told me to do. And then the manager comes over and says, don't worry mate, I've got it sorted. Ooh, that really grinds my gears when they do that. Oh boy, this guy must have been so annoyed when the manager said, sure, you can have your 6. I do love the confidence of, I'm leaving with 6. And a very aggressive escalation for milk. And we've got a top comment from Inflamed Liver, says, pro tip for management, never make a rule you don't plan to enforce. It sucks for everyone involved. And we got a response from Load Bearing Wolf Laura, saying, oh, they do plan to enforce it by telling the employees to do it. Once it becomes their problem, they'll fold 99% of the time. I spent some time in retail and when I worked myself up to management, this was something I was fierce about. My employees didn't have to take anything. And if the customer demanded a manager, I'd ask my employee what they communicated, and if it was right, I'd repeat it as many times as I needed to. Yes, dear horrible customer, you're actually not better than this employee and they don't have to take your schniz. And I'll stand here and have this stupid conversation with you as long as I need to. The other managers always wonder why the team was so loyal to me. I don't know, maybe because I had their back. Warm Red Glows replies, grocery worker here, this reminds me of my manager telling me that customers have to use the self-checkout if they're paying with a card. The rule is supposed to reduce lines, only 1 cashier is scheduled per shift to manage a register and 6 self-checkouts. There's no sign to tell them about this new rule, just me. So not long into my shift, a customer gets angry and wants to speak to a manager. He complains about getting kicked out of line. Manager proceeds to tell me Oh, I should have told you, if they really want to go to your line, they can. Customer conflicts have increased, as if that wasn't the worst part about my job already. I'm quitting next week. Of course. The unwritten rule in all policies of, well, actually, if you really want to, the new policy doesn't apply. If it really upsets you, then nah, don't worry about it. All it does is reward poor behaviour. It means if you are rude and aggressive, you're more likely to get what you want. So it just naturally makes the environment worse. And it also rewards the jerk. And then really forgot says, why is someone buying 6 gallons of milk at the gas station? Are there no grocery stores? I completely missed that part. And he says he always comes in and gets the milk. Why are you buying milk at a gas station? Unless you're rich and you need to flex that you're buying gas station milk for like £5. I got a response, might give it some context, from Spaztrick. I work at a corporately owned gas station and had regular customers that would buy 12 to 16 gallons of milk every Sunday. He owned his own convenience store and our retail price was less than what his distributor would charge him. We had groceries delivered on Monday, Wednesday and Saturdays. He would stop by on Friday to tell us if he was going to need milk. There were 4 of our brand new stations with a 5-mile radius and we were the only store that would order extras for him to buy. Wow, well, this is a very unique gas station because I've never been to a petrol station where anything has been affordable. And then the next post is from Car13Mas7X. Easy to read out. And it's titled El Stupido. So, this happened a few weeks ago. I was working the register and a woman comes in from the right when 3 of 4 people are coming in from the left. The line starts at the left. The woman coming in from the right grabs something from the front counter and smacks it in front of me. I ring it up and she gives me a 5. I remember what her change was. It was $2.83. I gave her the change and she starts shouting and screaming. I tried to tell her I don't speak Spanish by saying "Mi no habla español," but she just keeps screaming and calls me "El Stupido! El Stupido!" while flailing her arms around. I call a manager. My store technically has multiple managers, and one of them comes up to the second register looking at the BS situation I'm in. I say, trying to get their attention, and the crazy woman mimics me by doing a duh noise. She storms out after that, knocking over the stack of baskets on the way out. Out of all the people who work at my store, 20-ish people, most of whom aren't there every day, there are 2 who speak Spanish. One was the main manager. I don't know where he was. The other was a native Spanish speaker. He wasn't there yet. That is just one of several times I've wanted to go against company policy. Too long didn't read. Crazy Spanish Karen gets mad when something doesn't ring up right. I think. El Stupido! El Stupido! I can imagine the confusion on your face. Woman, just a normal exchange. Okay, here's your money, here's your change. You're shouting. Why are you shouting? No hablo español. Stupido, el stupido. Oh no. Just point with things. Oh, we've only actually got 2 comments here. One just says, grazie. Isn't that Italian? El stupido. Ah, grazie, mi amore. And the other top comment from SpeechSalt5828 says, I worked in a restaurant that had Spanish-speaking customers, and I can say that they like to yell in Spanish knowing we don't understand. You did nothing wrong. Well, I am going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. This has been r/TalesFromRetail, brought to you by Reddit Recreations, your home for some daily Reddit videos and some chilled out vibes. So please don't forget to like and subscribe for new videos every single day, and I will see you again next time. I was in Spain not too long ago, and I had a great cheese seller lady, because I'm not very good with Spanish, and I was able to pick up the very, very basics. But we were at this market, and this woman was trying to sell cheese, and she was asking me, like, fuego forte, and I was like, I was trying to signal to her, I have no idea what that means. And she just, like, looks at me, and she just pumps her arm like a solid, aggressive punch, like, oh, fuego, and then just, oh, forte, fuego, oh, forte. Oh, fuego, fuego. And I got some nice strong cheese from that. That is how you need to communicate. Not just look at you as a "Estúpido." £3 for a sandwich. Not even a meal deal. Poor.